Okay, I'll back off. As long as I know that you're paying attention. But if you drop the ball, I'll be back in the game. Playing to win.
Go away, Barbara.
I don't have my keys.
Jen? Really glad you're here.
I just need a place to sleep.
Well, the maid was here today. I'm sure there's clean sheets on your bed. And tomorrow, we'll get a whole delivery of flowers. Put them all over the place.
You know, don't bother. I doubt I'll be staying here past tonight.
Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, little sister. Hi. Oh, no suitcase. Guess that means you've forgiven me. Oh, the silent treatment, my favorite. That's great. I love that because I get to do all the talking. We did this before, remember? Almost 10 years ago. He lasted almost an hour. I was reading the phone book. I got as far as Fenwick, Mildred. And I think, if I'm not wrong, the next listing was Fenwick, Sloan. Same address, different phone numbers. Brother and sister, I'm guessing, you know, because you can share a home, but have separate lines, because every relationship should have its limits.
Save the charm. I'm immune.
Fine. You're right, Jen. I'm a lousy brother.
I never said you were a lousy brother.
You're angry at me because you think I'm no better than Barbara.
Not everything has to do with Mom.
Fine, you're angry at me because
And if you want to know
overstepped
why
my
I'm
boundaries.
angry at you, how about asking me instead of telling me?
Fine, why are you angry at me?
Do you know how humiliating it is to know that you had to pay Andre to come see me? Okay? Forget about what happened after that with Mom and everything. You had to pay a man that I spent months with to come see me. And okay, maybe deep down I know that I didn't mean very much to him, but to find out that I'm not even worth the airfare?
Okay, you're right.
And then to add to it all, you have been plotting up a storm. Just like Mom. And after you had given me that whole big spiel about how terrible she was for doing precisely the same thing to you.
Precisely the same. I mean, I do see your point.
And this whole thing got stirred up again because of this war you have going on with Mom. You used me, Paul.
Well, technically, I used Andre to get you away from Barbara. Jen, I came back to Oakdale. I was mad at everybody. I was an angry human being. I was mad at Barbara most of all, but Rose, Dusty. I mean, every time I walked into the Lakeview elevator, I'd see Rose or Dusty, or even worse, Rose and Dusty. I was so screwed up, I got furious at Barbara because she wouldn't let me take Will fishing. It's because I was afraid, Jen. You were everything I had. And I was afraid that I was going to lose you, that Barbara would keep you from me, or worse, chase you away, chase you back to Europe. And so I did what I had to do to get you away from Barbara, and I am sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you.
Soon. Especially not with all this talk about Andre.
I'm sure your friends will understand, Jen. And anybody else, you can just tell them that it's my fault. I mean, not that I want you to go. I want you to stay.
And why is that?
You're important to me.
And what does that mean? That you get to tell me how to live my life and make sure I toe the line?
No.
Because if I'm going to stay here, we are going to lay some new ground rules.
Fine.
Because you're not my father, or my boss, or my warden. What I do, who I see, all of that is up to me, and it's my business.
Are we talking about Dusty here?
We are talking about anybody.
Oh, we're talking about Dusty. You listen to me.
I am not going to argue with you. If I choose to spend time with Dusty, that is my business, not yours.
Okay, look, I can see what you see in him. I mean, he was my closest friend, all right? But I trusted him, and he used that trust to get under the radar, and he hurt me as much as anybody has ever hurt me.
I know that.
So why would you put yourself in that line of fire?
Dusty has never done anything to hurt me. I have had a million conversations with the guy, and I have no reason to believe that he's not going to be honest with me.
Do you think that it's honest for a guy to kiss a girl while he is theoretically committed to another woman?
That is not your business.
Okay, all right, hold on a second. Can you at least accept the fact that I don't want to see you get hurt? And that it's a reasonable concern, Jennifer, because you're spending an awful lot of time with a guy who hurt me. Can you give me that? Have you ever heard of the Honorable Fugu?
Okay, if you start on the metaphors, I'm leaving.
It's a Japanese blowfish.
If it's not prepared the right way, you eat it and you die. I've been off the continent.
Uh-huh. Dusty Donovan is a Japanese blowfish. He's an Honorable Fugu.
And so are you. But if you behave yourself, I just might stay. Maybe.
Hey, it's Paul Ryan. Yeah, it's been a while. Listen, I might have a job for you. Last time I saw you, Lucinda Walsh was throwing you over her shoulder, dragging you out of the bachelor's auction.
Yeah, well, you know, Lucinda, she's a hard girl to resist. But I do make a point of not giving in until the police are called.
Yeah, I try and avoid the police.
Yeah. No more than me.
So, you still an electronics whiz?
I keep my hand in it.
I might have a job for you. You interested?
Well, that depends.
I'd make it worth your while. But listen, before I lay it all out for you, I gotta know something. How do you feel about Dusty Donovan?
Well, you should hear Lucinda on the subject. According to her, he's responsible for Lily and Rose being thrown down that well.
Right. What about according to you?
I've gone a few rounds with Rose. But Lily, I'm very fond of her. Very fond of Lily. She is interceded, I think is how you would put it, when Lucinda's gotten a little carried away.
And so you wouldn't be averse to undermining Dusty?
He could stand to be knocked down a peg. What do you need, Paul?
I need for you to bug the Java Underground. The front rooms, the back rooms, the phones, the works. I want to hear everything that gets said in Dusty's new club. Can you do that?
Sure.
Really? Great.
The ground with enough surveillance that you could hear a pin drop. What exactly is it you expect to hear?
All I'm trying to do is put some distance between Dusty Donovan and my sister. I think Jennifer's had enough heartbreak.
I'm touched. Really. But the last time you asked me to tap into my technical talents, I barely escaped with my good name. I swore after that I'd keep my nose clean. See, my freedom is worth a lot.
This is a down payment. When you get that new club up and wired for sound, plenty more where this came from.
You know, I've always felt that brotherly devotion is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Jennifer is so lucky to have someone like you looking out for her.
Right.
So how's this going to work, huh? How do I get in? Do you have keys? Do you have someone on the inside?
You know what people say about you, Henry? They say that Henry Coleman, he is a resourceful young man. So do me a favor, why don't you go somewhere else now and be resourceful?
But
use your creativity to come up with something and call me when you figure out what it
Paul,
is. But you gotta go now
Paul,
because I'm very busy.
but I stopped.